I don't know if I really felt inspired as much as I just kind of fell into it. I actually started dating a tattooer, and it kind of just worked out that way. I was kind of at a point in my life where I needed to find something new to do, and I had already dropped out of art school and kind of the start of a music career, and was needing something to focus on that wasn't, some kind of crappy, miserable job. It's funny, and Portland is the town I live in is it's a pretty small city, and there's not like a whole lot of like international appeal or anything, but there's awesome tattooers, and there's Jerry Ware and Dan Gilsdorf and Lewis Hess and all these guys, a lot of them at Atlas Tattoo, that have just been up there doing it for years, and not a lot of people like really follow them or know about them outside of Portland. I'm trying to get to do a lot more Japanese kind of stuff, but I don't know. In Portland, Oregon, there's not a whole lot of people wanting that kind of thing, and there's also a lot of tattooers there who are a lot better at it than I am. So these days, I pretty much just do what people want. I'm not really a tattooer who really likes to like insist my designs or my vision on people. I'm kind of just more into like, giving people what they want or what they ask for. And I mean, most of the time they're asking for my input on how to do it, and I feel like that's what tattooing is more about. It's more about whatever subject matter it is. It's about how it's done, and doing it with love and care, and making sure that you're doing it as well as you can, and that person's getting a good experience more than just the tattoo as well.
I grew up in the 70s when all the punks were around, and it was seeing the punks with all their tattoos and their brightly coloured hair that kind of inspired me. I used to love seeing all the artwork, and quite a lot of my friends were older than me getting tattooed, so that really inspired me. It was difficult for me when I got in. It was much more of a biker kind of industry when I started to get in, really male dominated, but if you work hard you can get into it. I like to do a lot of colour work, but I also like to do quite a lot of dot work and quite delicate stuff with mandalas and things like that, so kind of realistic but a little bit stylised, not too cartoony though. I take a lot of influence from other tattooists and from other artists too. I really love oil painting, and that changes the way that I tattoo quite a lot, I think. Try and take influences from all different places though, not just tattooing. And from travelling too, I travel a lot, so when you first start tattooing you just have to do everything that somebody asks you to do, whether you're into it or not. So yeah, you are doing stuff that you're not really into. Nowadays I'm so busy, I'm really lucky I can get to pick and choose what I want to do, so I only just choose the pieces that I'm really into. So, and that's better for the client too, you're not going to do a great tattoo if you're not really into it so much.
Since I've been able to sort of like hold a pencil, that's all I've really done is I've just drawn for the whole time. I never really knew what I wanted to do with it. I know I always wanted like a job making art in some way, even when I was like a little kid or whatever, but I didn't know I wanted to be like a tattooer or anything, I was also worked by a guy I ended up going on to work for in the end, a guy called Bugs, French tattooer, I'm sure you guys might know of him. And I saw his work and I couldn't believe what was capable in the skin, what kind of artwork you can do, and so from then on I just thought, man, I have to do that, I have to try and do that, because for me at the time, thinking about it, it was the most like strongest and most permanent way of putting your imagery across, my style. Do you know what, it develops I think every tattoo I do, it develops a little more. So it's really hard to describe, to be honest. It basically, I tattoo how I draw, and I draw all the time, so it's a constant development, I think. I guess, like imagery-wise, I like a lot of, and it's real trendy to say like Victoriana and that kind of like that old antique-looking stuff, but fuck it man, I like it, it looks good. I use a lot of black in my work. I like contrast, like strong contrast. I think in order to make some colours stand out more, you need a lot of darker ones next to it. So for me personally, I always try and pack a lot of pack a lot of black into it. Leave it. I like a lot of symbolism in work as well. Like certain things, I guess, like obviously, you know, the Medusa heads here, there's snakes in the hair and whatever. Also, I added a few things a bit more personal to the storyline, with her like having this big war with Athena, another goddess of some sort. I read a lot of this on Google. I'm not that well read. But yeah, so she has like some armor, like a thing where the visor would go down, you know. And also there's like a sprig of empty grapes, like the sprig branch or whatever, because Medusa poisoned Athena with like a wine or whatever, so it's nice to have that sort of thing, you know, like just some little bits of symbolism and imagery. I think it makes it a bit more interesting than, you know, just a chick with snakes in her hair.
Yeah.
So, you know, just trying a different approach, you know, so a bit more thought out, I think.
My friends were getting tattooed at a shop in Carson City, Nevada, and that's where I grew up, was in Nevada. And I went there and kind of became friends with the guys that were working there, and brought some pictures in and asked them if they could help me sell them and whatnot, and they offered me an apprenticeship. So really, I got lucky. And it took me a long time to get anywhere with it, though. I was pretty bad for a long, long time. I guess I like to do illustrative work, things that kind of have like a narrative or something that kind of like, yeah, something that I can like, I don't want like a story, I don't want somebody's like family history or anything like that, but I really do like things that, like, I guess the best thing I like is, yeah, right? I guess the thing I like.
Velociraptor, like in Jurassic Park. That was the.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, if you kind of think of like old fairy tales and things like that, I really like things that have that kind of symbology and something, you know, just something interesting, something that's a little off, you know. So that's what I like to do, and monsters and skulls and shit. That too.